In the UK, Leonardo has over 100 years of history. Today, we are at the leading edge of advanced manufacturing. With 7,000 highly skilled employees, generating revenues of £2.3 billion, including £1.3 billion of exports. Supporting 1,500 UK SMEs. We invest £200 million in research and development to keep the UK at the forefront of advanced technology and manufacturing. We are building skills for the future. As one of the largest employers of engineering apprentices and graduates in the UK. We have 415 people on award-winning training programs. We explore new ideas and turn them into real solutions. We are Leonardo.
I've been working at Leonardo for about 3 years now, and what I love about it is the variety.
I've always been fascinated by anything mechanical.
It's all about finding practical solutions where there's absolutely no margin for error. The sensors are a life-saving system. We can locate a small object in a vast space. It's a bit like having a super sense. Testing needs to be really precise to replicate real-world conditions.
Since I've been working at Leonardo, I got really interested in a proximity sensor that the guys have been working on. And this groundbreaking tech can help to save lives, as well as the helicopter itself.
I've had the chance to work as part of a team to design a complex mechanism which protects high-speed aircraft.
I've always enjoyed making things, and I loved solving problems. For me, being an engineer is all about being methodical, curious and creative.
Projects like this can make a real difference, and getting the chance to work on them is really rewarding.
I love working in a place where I get to be really creative.
And where we are designing the technology of tomorrow.
Hi, my name's Fiona and I'm going to be looking after you on this session. What I'd like to talk to you about is careers in STEM and the kind of things you might want to be able to do. So when you think of a career in STEM, you're probably thinking about engineering and science and being an engineer or a scientist. But there are lots and lots of different roles in STEM and many of them do not require you to be an engineer at all. So when you think of an engineer, what do you think? What do they look like? What do they do? I bet you're thinking that they work in a lab or they work with a soldering iron and they've got dirty fingernails and they wear socks and sandals if they're engineers. That's what we used to think when we were young. But it's not true. Engineers look like anybody, you or I. I'm going to introduce you to some.
Hi, my name is Jack Humpsall and I've just finished my technical apprenticeship with Leonardo.
Hi, I'm Ellen and I'm a second year technical apprentice. I am currently in my second placement on the scheme and that placement is software.
Hello, my name is Catherine and I'm a year in industry student, so that means I've done 2 years at uni. I'm taking a year out to work with Leonardo on a few projects, and then at the end of this year I will go back to uni and finish my last year of my degree.
Hi, my name is Ella and I recently finished my business apprenticeship at Leonardo.
I work for a high-level engineering company called Leonardo. And we have some incredibly skilled people and we make really complicated equipment that protects people protecting us, so the RAF, the Navy and those kind of guys. And in that company there are hundreds of people with all sorts of skills who come from all sorts of backgrounds and have all sorts of characteristics. And what I'd like to do today is to introduce you to some of those ideas and get you to think about whether a career in something like this could be for you. So when I think about an engineer, I don't really think about the socks and sandals though. I tend to think of them as a thinker, as a creator. It's a very creative discipline. Engineers are spending their time thinking about, well, what's the problem I need to fix? What do we have around us in the environment that could be better? What do we not have in the environment that we need? What's the next best thing? And how do we get there? So it's all about coming up with that great idea, that great invention, and being a bit of an entrepreneur and thinking, how can I make something that the world will need? So let's find out what our apprentices, our friends, think are the best inventions that they've made.
So when I was thinking about what my favourite engineering invention has been, I really wasn't sure, so I decided to Google it on my phone, and I realised that actually Google was probably my favourite invention, because you can ask it absolutely anything and it will tell you the answer, or it will show you exactly what you want to know.
Cool. So my favourite invention was created by Barnes Wallace for World War II, which was a bouncing bomb. So he took a really simple idea of skimming marbles and created this bouncing bomb, which was an absolute turning point in World War II. So this really simple idea can be brought from anywhere to make something really cool in engineering.
When I thought about my first invention, the first thing that popped into my head was either like eyeliner or lashes, and then I thought like a nail drill. Like, I love getting my nails done, and it's a brilliant invention. I went into the makerspace, which is like a lab where you can go in and make whatever you want, and we've got a Dremel, and it's like a big version of a nail drill. So I knew how to use it and everything because I've obviously done my nails, but yeah, that's my favourite invention.
So I'd like to do a little experiment in a minute, so go and find yourself a pen or a biro or a pencil and a piece of paper. It doesn't need to be big. And while you're doing that, I was just going to say that if you look around you at everything you use, it's been invented by an engineer. Somebody's come up with that idea. And if you look at what's changed in the last few years, the inventions are incredible, and 5 years from now, 20 years from now, we won't recognise the world we're in. You know, everything from my humble pencil to the OSIRIS-REx that's just picked up rocks from an asteroid way out in the galaxy and is going to bring them back for us to look at them and find out even more about the start of the universe. It's very exciting. Okay, let's do an experiment. I'm going to go and find a whiteboard.
Okay, so let's do an experiment. Let's try something. Find yourself a pencil and paper and write your name on a piece of paper. Simple. Okay, when you've done that, put the pen in the other hand and write your name on the piece of paper. So how did you find that? When I tried to write my name with the wrong hand, it was just different and complicated for me. So I've got some friends here who've done the same exercise. So when you had to use the wrong hand, what kind of things did you find about it?
It takes a lot longer and requires more focus.
It doesn't look anywhere near as good, and it's quite clunky with lots of straight lines.
It's not very neat, and overall, it's just a harder task to do.
I felt like I had to concentrate so much harder than normal.
Yeah, it's not neat and it's harder. And those are the kind of things that we find all the time. So this is a simple exercise, but the point of it is that in anything you do, you have a preferred way of doing things. And with writing, you've got a hand that you're used to writing with, and that one works and it's easy and comfortable. If you have to use the other hand, you can, and the first time is hard and takes longer and is not so good. But I could learn to write neatly with my left hand, and I would be able to do that quite happily if I just took some time and some practice. But it isn't my preferred way. So wouldn't it be good if when you come to a world of work that you can find what your preferred way of working is and the things that make you happy and comfortable, and if you could find a role that fitted who you are and what those things are, then that would be great because you would just have a comfortable match to your place of work.
Do any of these words sound like you? I bet they do. There are 49 words or phrases here. If you can find 10 to 15 that fit you and who you are, then there is a career for you in an engineering environment. Any combination, and you will be ideal for an important role in securing the next generation of invention, whether that's in aerospace, IT, food and drink, medical sciences, building infrastructures, or providing clean water for everyone, or renewable energy for the future. Engineering is all around us, and you can be part of that future. If you go to the My Skills, My Life website, you'll find a quiz there that asks you a few questions and then gives you your preferred working styles. The quiz matches who you are to people like you who enjoy their roles in an engineering environment and tells you what sort of roles might suit you. The types of roles are shown here. Now, they're not job titles, they are styles of working. So you may be someone who likes to get their teeth into tricky problems and solve them. You may be someone who likes to make sure everything is done properly and has every I dotted and every T crossed. You may be someone who likes to share their knowledge and coach younger or less experienced people. You may like to be the boss and tell others what to do. It doesn't matter. There is no right or wrong. There is just you. And you can be a vital part of a multi-skilled, diverse, effective team. Let's find out what my friends discovered when they did the quiz.
As a coordinator, I am able to put a team together and work well with everybody to do a task, do it well, on time and within budget. And as you might imagine, that is quite a key skill within the engineering environment, where teams can be very large and can be very varied.
I'm a trainer, which fits well with the job that I do, writing technical documentation and explaining technical detail to people who aren't specialists in that field. As a campaigner, I'm also able to influence the direction we take with our work, so my results fit quite well with what I do as a day job.
My results from the People Like Me quiz were influencer and trainer. I find this quite interesting because before I started my career at Leonardo, I worked in sales and I was a gymnastics coach. These both correspond to the roles that I am best suited to do as being an influencer and a trainer.
I got some quite varied results. At the moment, I'm in a project management role, which I love, but my results show that I can adapt to other specialisms, so I have many avenues open to me.
So as you can see, there are all sorts of different people who work in STEM-related subjects, all sorts of characteristics, all sorts of personalities, and they all have a vital role to play. For me, when I did the same quiz, I came out as a communicator, trainer, persuader, and all the roles I've really enjoyed in my long career have been talking to people, persuading them of a way to view things, persuading them of the fact that Leonardo's equipment is actually very good and will save their lives, teaching all our youngsters as they come onto site, and generally communicating with people, taking quite complicated subjects that are geeky and turning them into English. So I kind of translate geek to English, and that's my role. And I love it. I get such a buzz from it. I don't really understand the depth of the engineering that my colleagues do, but I get enough of it that I can explain it. So I've found a way to use my skills in order to help others and help the company. So there's a role for everybody. Wouldn't it be great to invent teleportation and pop to California for no reason? So there are lots of different roles in engineering disciplines for lots of different personalities and lots of different characters. So how can you find out if one of those might suit you? Well, let's go back to the UK and find out. So there are lots of ways that you can have a look at engineering roles, scientific roles, and see whether they might be for you. Most companies like ours will offer work placements, summer placements, apprenticeships, ways to come and try it out and see whether it's for you. So go and have a look. Have a look on the websites that you'll have found from the last couple of days. Ours is down there. And basically don't think it's not for you. Try and think whether it might be for you, whether you could see yourself working in this kind of place and see yourself being people like us. Let's go back to our apprentices and our IP and find out why they chose to do that in the first place.
I think one of the best things about working in an apprenticeship in Leonardo is really sort of going around the different areas of the business and working with people that have like real expertise in their specific areas, and you can learn so much working on like really world-class kit with people that know thoroughly what they're on about.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think like the best part I've found about Leonardo is the people. So working here is the first sort of professional environment I've ever worked in, and I absolutely love it, and I think I thrive in it. So I think I really think something about people.
I think one of the best things about my apprenticeship is the fact that I get to learn but then do the job at the same time, and then I go to college once a week and you do like all your knowledge and your theoretical stuff, and then you can apply that straight to the job when you come in. The education is funded through Leonardo, and then you also get paid on the job. So I think it's just like a win-win-win situation. Like I'm learning, I'm doing the job, and I'm getting paid all in one. I feel like I'm multitasking without trying.
I think the best thing about being in IP, so I've only been here a month, I've met such a vast range of people. I've truly discovered the vast expanse which is engineering. There's so much different stuff to do. I've done stuff I haven't even been taught at uni. I've used equipment I didn't even know existed. So I think that's a huge win, and I've enjoyed applying my uni stuff to real world examples.
So there is a world of opportunities out there. There are lots of things to try. My advice to you, keep your options open. Do the subjects that you love, the ones that really make you excited. If that happens to be maths and physics, fantastic, but it doesn't need to be. There are lots of roles that don't need it. Do some research, find out what's around you. Are there places that you could find out about? Go and do some work experience. Above all, don't let anybody else tell you what you should do. You're the one who's going to do this work, so do what you love. Find something that pays you for doing what you enjoy. That's fantastic. And the only thing that's stopping you walking into a world like this and having a really great time is you not applying. So crack on. It's your life, it's your role. Go find it.
So I hope you found that interesting. There's lots of resources to go and check out. They'll be at the bottom. Go and have a look. Do the People Like Me quiz. Investigate some engineering places. And if you fancy something like you've seen us do today, then give Leonardo a look. So again, hope that was fun, and bye.
Hello, I'm Thibaut and I'm a second year business apprentice at Leonardo. One of the main reasons that I was attracted to Leonardo was because I was looking for something a bit different to the rest of the jobs that were on the market at the time.
Hello, my name's Olivia Gribbler and I work on the Products and Programmes graduate scheme for Leonardo helicopters at the Yeovil site. I chose to apply for this job and have really enjoyed the past year of my scheme, principally because there's so many opportunities made available to you as a graduate within Leonardo.
Hi, I'm Ellen and I'm a technical apprentice at Leonardo. I can learn things and I can ask so many questions and I can really expand my knowledge.
Hi, I'm Becca and I'm a business apprentice at Leonardo. Leonardo is a great place to work. I absolutely love it. Everyone there is so nice and so welcoming and will never ever turn you down if you need help.
Hi, my name's Emma and I'm an apprentice at Leonardo. The apprenticeship was the right route for me because I'm a very practically minded person. It also allowed me to gain qualifications as well as gaining hands-on experience whilst in my job.
Hi guys, my name is Jason. I work as a cybersecurity apprentice. My biggest hobby was building computers. My first task here at Leonardo was actually to build servers. It was amazing to see a hobby that I use every day translate into a real life skill.
One thing I love about just working as part of my course is you're surrounded by so many intelligent people.
As an openly gay man, it's very, very important for me to be able to walk into my place of work feeling comfortable and supported and as though there's no judgment. I knew that this would be the case at Leonardo because they're so committed to ensuring each and every single employee feels safe and protected while at work.
It's amazing to see the hobbies and interests work out to be a full-time job here at Leonardo.
We can also have half days on Fridays, which is absolutely great because it means that I can meet up with my friends after work. So it's not just a constant work.
I think if it's something you're considering, I would definitely recommend it to anybody who wants a really varied and interesting role for their first step into their career.